Hi guys, in this video I'm going to tell you how to clear your IIFT cutoff short. So as far as the IIFT GK strategy is concerned, in this video I'm going to actually walk you guys through. Number one thing is that important topics as far as your GK is concerned. Before you move ahead this video, you can actually click the link above and watch this video which talks about the overall GK strategy and couple of topics from there, because I have mentioned them in a detailed manner. So first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what are important topics you need to study for IIFT. And trust me, these topics will not take you more than 2 days, right? They're like damn easy and they're like really something that you can kind of grasp quickly. Second thing what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you actually 3 years analysis of IIFT paper GK, which is 2015, 2016 and 2017. So we're going to walk you through these 3 papers, and whatever the strategy that I'm going to tell you, we will be applying the same strategy on those 3 papers to see how can you actually clear the cutoff in a very easy way. Now, if you take a little bit more efforts, trust me, GK can be really scoring section for you as far as IIFT is concerned, which will boost your overall score, which we talk about like 48 or 50 or whatever, right? So let's move ahead and let's have a quick look at IIFT GK strategy, guys. All right, so the most important topic as far as IIFT is concerned, these are the topics, which is international organization, sports. Now, as I said, like if you have seen the video earlier, right, you will get to know that what international organization I'm talking about and what all things can be asked from those organizations. We talk about sports, then we talk about finance. Companies, as far as companies that I'm talking about, these are the basically international or Indian companies which have been discussed or which have been talked a lot about in 1.5 years current affairs kind of time, right? Then we talk about personalities. Again, I've made it a point that in the earlier video that personalities are only those personalities who made news for like last 1 year or maybe 6 months or 1.5 years and so. Business and economics is purely current affairs. When we talk about the international happening, India, what has happened in India or what has happened in the international economy, when we talk about the mergers and acquisition, or when we talk about the company tie-ups, or government signing off new kind of yojanas and all that. So business and economics will include that. As far as indexes is concerned, it's basically the ease to do business, or something to do with the human development index or whatever index that we have. And then, yeah, the normal thing, which is the bills and the government yojanas. So government yojana is nothing to do with, not only to do with the Indian government as such, but yes, we are looking at the international level. So if there is any bill which is, say, passed in USA for any gender diversity or anything that UN passes, right? So all those kind of things will come under the the purview of entire IIFT GK. But again, I want you guys to have a look at the video, the previous ones, and then come back to this video, because then it makes a lot of sense for you guys to understand what I'm saying, right? In the interest of the time, I'm going to make it very quick. So watch that video and then come back on this video. Okay, now let's have a look at these 3 years papers. So here we are. This is 2015 paper of IIFT GK. I've just taken the GK section. Question number 1, which multilateral development bank has been set up by BRICS as an alternative to the World Bank and IMF? Now, first of all, why this question came in 2015? This question came in 2015 because BRICS was a lot into the news because of the kind of new bank they are coming up with, and that is the reason you can see this question in 2015. Now, how do you answer this question? What is the answer? Now, if you look at the option choice, right, Asian Development Bank is out. That because Asian Development Bank is a different bank altogether, which has been based or which headquarters at Philippines, right, which is Manila. So when you look at the another option, see the Bank of Emerging Nations, okay, let's hold it. Economic Cooperation Bank, let's hold it. But what am I saying? What my question says, it's a multilateral development bank. So when I say development bank, it has to have a development in its name. So the Asian Development Bank is out. So what's your option? By default option is A as an apple, right? So that's number 1. Now let's move ahead. So this is what? This is a part of current affairs, and this is part of the international organization that I just said. That's the reason I said like you should be watching that video in detail and then coming back to this video. Now let's move ahead. What are these? These are stock indexes or stock exchanges that I can talk about. Now again, something that I made a mention in the video earlier, right? So this is one of the important points. Now again, stock index or stock exchange can form the further part of your finance as a topic anyway. So let's look at this. Which one is the familiar one? That's Nikkei. So as far as the Nikkei is concerned, a lot of people know that, okay, it belongs to Japan. So I know that A should be 2. So which are the options that I see? A should be, rather second should go with A, right? So wherein I have this. So this is second. So that's option number 4. I see second has, okay, this is the option. But then Again, I need to kind of look into a little bit more detail. I cannot just go blindly. So then we talk about DAX. So DAX is nothing but Germany. So where is C? So in the same option, do I see one going with C? Yes. So your actually answer is option number 4, right? So delta is your answer. So you don't really have to get into Kospi and Bovespa and all that stuff. Like a lot of people don't know about this. But yes, you know Nikki, that's Japan, you got number 1. And even if you look at your options, right? If you look at D as an option, in that range, if you look at the others are out because second says B, right? Which is Brazil, that's out. Then you have second says D, that's South. Nikki doesn't belong to South Korea. Then what you have? Then you have second to C, it's not against Germany. So what you are left with by default is D as an option. So you can crack it that way also. Now let's move ahead and try and understand what are other questions we have. Okay, so this is it. What do we have? The Riemann civilization. You guys don't do all these things. Leave this question. Acknowledging creator of Chandigarh's Rock Gardens. If you know it, go ahead with it. Okay, which is the first Eurozone nation to exit its bailout? Yeah, again, this was the famous news because the bailout things were happening that point in time. So which was the first nation? Look, if you have read, like, I mean, anybody who read a bit about this bailout and all that kind of thing, as far as EU is concerned, the answer was C for Charlie. That's Ireland. So Ireland was the first nation to kind of get out of the bailout. Now let's move ahead. Let's see what we have. Okay. Match the name of the city with the river. If you know it, you can go ahead with this. Okay, now what do we have? So this question number 103. Now let's go a little bit down. Okay. Now look at this question. Again, it comes from the same category. Now if you look at 2016 Summer Olympics, okay, to be held. So yeah, the question paper is 2015, but they're talking about 2016. Yeah, so it's a futuristic question, like when this 2016 Summer Olympics will take place, right? So again, it's a sports category. So yeah, we can put it in the sports category. Okay, that's okay. Then comes 2015 Oscar Award, which again I said that in my earlier video, like right from Oscar till, you know, whatever Max Essay Awards and all that stuff. Who among the following won the maximum all-time Grand Slam women's in single? Again, this is your sports thing, right? Again, this was in the highlights, this was in the news. So if you know these things, I think it's good for you to kind of knock these questions off. Now let's move ahead. What do we have? Okay, CEO. All right, let's try to answer this question. Now, what do we have in here? Match the following multinational firms. CEOs. Okay, fair enough. What do you have? Anshu Jain, Shantanu Narayan, Ajay Pal Singh, Rakesh Kapoor. Okay. Now, you don't have to really work hard over here. See, as far as your match the followings are concerned, that's gonna make your entire score. Your GK cutoff ranges from 082 to say maximum 2 marks, right? So these kind of questions are actually gonna make your day. If you look at Anshu Jain, right? As far as Anshu Jain is concerned, he is an ex-CEO of Deutsche Bank. So one goes with C. Which is the option wherein one goes with C? That's number 1, the A for apple. So that's your answer. Now, why this came into picture? Because Anshu Jain actually resigned in 2015, and that's where entire thing made as a gossip. I think it was 2014 or 15 that he resigned, right? Again, there was some, you know, the laws and all that stuff that was happening as far as the LIBOR scam is concerned. So that's the reason, you know, he was made a mention out here. So Anshu Jain going with the Deutsche Bank. So that's again a sorted thing. Now let's move ahead and let's see what do we have. AB positive blood group, you know it, you can go ahead with it, otherwise leave it. Who is the vice chairman of Niti Aayog? Again, it was an important point, a lot of news talked about it. So again, something that you should be knowing about this. First export processing zone, okay, you can leave this. Crowdfunding, again, Greece bailout, same stuff, economics that we're talking about, right? So again, as far as your GK is concerned, to get this kind of score, you should be marking around about 4 to 5 questions and nothing more than that. The US recently announced its resign $10 bill. Current affairs 2015. The new central tax sharing model promised. Okay, maybe you don't know. Which of the following countries is not a member of the European Union? Again, something to do with the international organizations. RBI question you can leave as per the monetary policy agreement between RBI. Anyway, okay, this is something an important thing because this was also talked in 2015. Who discovered Pluto? No idea. Absolutely. Just leave it. Just move ahead. According to the World Investment Report 2015, recipient of FDI inflows. Okay, I think this was a time when China was leading. So yeah, but still not sure about it. But yeah, something that you can look into the reports. As I said, indexes. So this is again one of the indexes. Euro dollars all. This is simple finance question. Nothing much to worry about. Match the prime ministers and presidents of India. Some simple. I mean, anybody can do this simply. Mark the wrong combination. Little tough, don't know, leave it, move ahead. Mother Teresa. If you know about Mother Teresa as a personality, you can go ahead and kind of mark this question. 122 tough, 123 tough. You need a little bit of reading for it. Match the organization with the name of the city in which it's headquartered. What I actually said, right? Headquarters, IMF, ILO, ICC. Even if you know IMF, right? You get one correct, you'll be able to go ahead and knock the other things off, right? So if you look at, guys, again, whatever the points that I said, they are happening out here. It can work out for you. Now let's move ahead to 2016. Okay, in 2016, the first thing that we do, the first question is Trans-Pacific Partnership. TPP was a lot talked about, right? So anybody who has an idea about TPP, reading a little bit of newspaper, or even if you look into the the format of what I said, right? You need to understand the international pacts, mergers and all that, which company is licensing with which company and all that. I think this can be still knocked off. Then you have this match the following. Again, I said, these questions are damn easy and they're gonna make your day, right? So if you look at this match the following, what do we have? So you can see Facebook and all that. Okay, so it's a match the following. Let's say Facebook, right? Now look at this option A3, A3, A3. So that's maximum. So one thing is sure that A goes with 3. Let's freeze it. UPS. What is UPS? It's a courier thing, right? That's transport. So D is number 5. Where is D number 5? D number 5. Okay, this is your answer. C is your answer. Like not even 20 seconds, guys. Now you want to cross check this? Let's cross. Louis Vuitton. What is Louis Vuitton? It's basically luxury. Do we have this number 4? Number 4, yeah, it is. Then what you have? Accenture Business Services. Accenture Business Services. Okay, that's correct. Visa Financial Services. Do we have that C number 1? Yeah, so that's the correct answer. So see, these are the questions that you get, and they're actually easy ones. They're not really tough ones, right? Baking soda, no idea. You can understand. You can go ahead with this. Which of the following country was not there in IIFT Euro? Again, it's a sports thing, right? Again, it's a sports matter. Alvin Toffler, I don't really want to read this. Pretty lengthy. We'll leave this. Which of the following Indian states share border with multiple countries? Okay, fair enough. Still can be answerable. The general elections were held in Myanmar. You know it. You can go ahead. But again, like not many people will be knowing about all these things. Sustainable development goals have replaced. Leave this. Little bit tricky. Guys, again, 2016 World Trade Organization, all these organizations like World Bank and Amnesty and all that. Again, they're asking about the headquarters. Should be doing all these kind of things. What was the theme of 2016 National Youth Festival of India? Again, this is something can be answered. Which Indian player has created junior world record? Okay, so this guy was really famous, yeah. So again, something from the sports category should be able to answer. Sybil, you know it, you can go ahead with it. Else, just leave it. All right, this is something interesting. A big table out here. Let's try to knock this off. So what is it? You've got A, B, C. So there are 3 things out here, and you need to mark. It's a short match the following. Okay, let's see. We will not be spending time in as far as the reading is concerned. But say you got this question. You have this kind of question, and you do not know the answer. Okay, can you mark this just by using the options? Okay, let's try to work it out. So A is X. Okay, so A goes with X. That's my first couple. What do we have? She was born in 1989 in Mumbai and daughter of a famous Bollywood actor, Rocky Marciano, Shraddha Kapoor. Okay, so that's Shraddha Kapoor. Okay, so that's the second one. Now let's try to get these things done. C second. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I get C as second. Okay, now this is out because here this jodi or this analogy is not matching out here. So A doesn't go with X in here. So this is out. Okay. So if this is out, this is also out because C here is with third. This thing is not happening. I'm only left with C and D now. Okay. So A is X, C is number 2. Now what is there with B? So B either go with 6 or it kind of goes with number 7. What is number 7? Yeah, that's 7. So Bishan Singh Bedi. What is this, by the way? He was India's spin bowler. He had test debut in 1979. Bishan Bedi cannot be the answer. Do we have? Okay, that's Dilip Joshi. Okay, so your answer is C. Okay, simple. You can knock these questions off. All these kind of questions. Match the following. Easy peasy. Currency of Bulgaria. Okay, again we talked about. By the way, I know it. So it's LEV. It's LIV. Lira cannot be the answer. Lotto cannot be the answer. Lira is a broader category. It's Turkish lira and all that. Lake again cannot be the answer. Lotto again, it's not the currency, to be very honest. Lake belongs to, I don't know, some Albania or something kind of a country. But yeah, answer A is for sure. What is it about? Bail commission, 2 units in each? No, I think if you know it, you can go ahead with it. Okay, Satyamev Jayate inscribed on one side of all the Indian currency following as inscription. Okay, if you have I mean, not many people will be having this idea, so it's better to kind of leave them. Which of the following company has acquired by Jabong in July 2016? Again, this is mergers and acquisition. Great. Match the movie with the personality on whose life it is based. Okay, this is something interesting. Let's take this up. Social network, we know it's Mark Zuckerberg. So what do we have? A is 2. Where is A is 2? So B and C are the only live options. Others are out. So let's cut them. Okay, A is 2. Now what do we have? The lady. Okay, if the lady means it has to be based on a lady only. Okay, number 1. So this sounds like Mark Zuckerberg, Stephen Hawking, Tony Blair. Okay, so this is something based on this lady. It's a lady name, by the way. So what do we have? B goes with 1. Your option should be number 2. Rather, option should be C for Charlie. Now let's see this D. It's a famous thing, right? The theory of everything. It was based on Stephen Hawking. So do we have D going with number 3? Yes, we do have. So yeah, that's your answer. Again, all these things are like, quite easy. You can actually have a look at them and kind of mark them, guys. Trust me, it's not a big deal as such as. Okay, which of the following is not a related post in India? Okay, easy one to answer. Bitcoin. We know what exactly is Bitcoin. Match the Bollywood actors with their debut Hindi film. Bullshit, right? You can actually solve these kind of questions. Okay. Alright, now let's look at 2017. Okay, so if you look at Adobe actually came in 2015, right? When we're talking about the Ansu Jain and all that kind of thing, it was there, right? So we know Adobe is something to do with the Shantanu Narayan. And the other thing that I know, because all these like Micron, NetApp, Nokia and all that, a little tough to answer. But then when you talk about Cogni is Francisco D'Souza. So let's see, what do we have? B goes with 4, wherein B is 4, B is 4 in here, B is 4 in here. So B and C are the only options. Now let's say A going with number 6. Yeah, so C is your answer. That was easy one, right? Let's move ahead. Choose the following. Okay, I can match the following. 500 companies to industry and headquarter. Berkshire Hathaway, acha. So this is what? A11, B22. Okay, so you need to understand the odd one out. Amazon Technology, that's okay. Seattle, that's okay. Verizon Telecommunication, okay, agreed. Walgreens, okay, agreed. Wholesale. Berkshire Hathaway, it's financial company. Okay, it's not located in New York. So answer is A for Apple. Again, easy one. So match the name of the famous conglomerate company with its particular tagline. Okay, what is it? G has been there in the news now also. Growth is life, okay. Reliance Imagination, okay. High performance delivered action show. Great stuff, because you are, okay, L'Oreal. So I think there is nothing wrong. So do we have A, 1, 2, 3, 4? This 1, 2, 3, 4. Answer is A. Simple. There was the easy ones. A method to safeguard against losses due to currency fluctuations, popularly known as, that's hedging. As simple as that. So again, it's a finance thing. This is company. Yeah, this is nothing but your organization. Let's move ahead. RCEP. You don't know much about it. You can leave this. Make in India. Easy ones. You can go ahead. Ease of doing business. Again, this was famous in 2017. Matching these things, you know it, right? You've got Adidas and all that stuff out here. Logo, I think this one is not clear, but it's as far as I remember, this has to be international airline. Okay, I think this was about the international airline. I'm not sure. I think maybe about Lufthansa and all that. Anyway, let's move ahead. Women's one day international cricket, again sports. Okay, India is building which of the following port in order to improve the trade connectivity with Iran? That's Chabar port. Okay, so this is again which happened in 17. Easy ones. Is not correctly matched. Which of the following? Stock market. Okay, we are back in stock market again. Okay, so you remember this came in 2015 also, Japan and Nikkei and all that, right? So still you can do this. Currency. Again, we got one more question on currency. Megastar Amitabh Bachchan is one of the most popular actors of Bollywood. Which of the following brands has not been endorsed by Amitabh Bachchan till date? Okay, that's Everest. It's done. Tata Sky. It's done. ICICI Bank, Rasna. I think answer will be Rasna, because he did endorse ICICI Bank once. So I think we should be going with Rasna. Okay, that's it. I think we're done. So guys, if you look at it in a nutshell, right, this is the entire IIFT GK. So I don't think there is a lot that can be done out here. You can do this in 2 to 3 days. Even if you take care of these things, I'm very sure you will be seeing the same thing in paper 2018, like whichever paper is there, like, after a couple of days, right? So you will be seeing this not only in IIFT, but you will be seeing this in lot of exams now onwards as far as your GK is concerned. So guys, as I said, like, you don't have to mark all the questions, only 3 to 4 or maximum 5 questions to get your cutoff clear, because GK comes either for 0.50 or it comes for 1 mark, and your cutoff is around about 0.82 till 2. So guys, if you take care of these things, even if you just understand what I've just done here, I think you should be fairly able to crack your cutoff by like 2 days study. Okay, so guys, anything you want to ask, you can get in touch with me, or you can put the comment in the video, and do subscribe to my channel for a couple of more videos like this on the IIFT front. Thank you so much for your time, guys.